Hey Jaybirds, it's Jay again, and it's been a while. I know it's been a while, but today we start on our first How to Start Insert Wargame Here series, where we're going to start with Warhammer 40k. This is probably the most popular war game besides maybe X-Wing or Star Trek Attack Wing, but this is kind of the gold standard of war games. As you research, you will find that some people like this game a lot and some people hate this game a lot. You'll find that a lot of the older fans, some of them have very, very strong opinions about this particular war game. I myself have played since 5th edition. I enjoyed this game a lot. However, it has had some serious problems in the past, but for the most part, in the new 8th edition, it's fixed most of those issues. What we're going to start here today is just the basic what you need to play the game. And then I will do some faction overviews, just general quick short videos on what kind of factions you will want to play. So, for your first thing you're going to need is a generic rule book. This is the big rule book. It runs about $70, I believe, or $80 American. However, if you don't want to buy the big book that has all the lore and all the extra rules, and you just want the core rules to learn how to play, you can get them for free at gamesworkshop.com. You just download the PDF. And also, some of the intro sets, I believe, come with these rule books. So, the intro set, Dark Imperium, comes with this big rule book. About the first... Let's see here, let me find the rules. You actually do not get to the rules until page 170. All this is all fluff. It tells you all about the awesome universe that is Warhammer 40k. Talks about all the different aspects of it. Then we start getting to the main rules. The actual rules are from page 176 till, this is how like turns go and everything, until 187. So about 11 pages. It gives you an open mission. From there, that's what you're going to get when you download the free rules. From there, it's just extra stuff, how to play open play, narrative, match points. If you want to learn how to actually build match points, which is, one side has an even amount of points as the other side, and you build an army from there. They have rules in here as well as extra missions that you can get, as well as your basic stratagems. And also objectives for your different types of play. Overall, I'd say this edition is very solid. It's more or less balanced so far. There's not really any glaringly overpowered factions for the most part. And that's pretty much that as far as the general rule book. Next thing you're going to need is either a Codex, which is for one specific army. It's the full, all the rules. This one's the Adeptus Astartes Space Marines, the basic poster boys, if you will, of the faction, the whole game. Their faction is, they're probably going to be the first faction I cover. And you'll need a Codex. This one's for them. Or at this point, there are still indexes. These are just conglomerates. When they moved on to 8th edition, they had to reset the whole rule system because 6th and 7th had gotten so bloaty. They just wiped the slate clean and streamlined the game and made it a lot more fun, a lot more easier to learn, easier to play, while still retaining the tactical depth that was in the original books. I use this for my Dark Eldar and my Harlequins. This is an index. It's, has the points and everything in there. Okay, so what you need from there is your standard toolkit you're going to get with war games that I covered in my other video. Please go ahead and check that out on the playlist. It's going to be dice, your main rulebook, core faction rulebook, and then you're going to need a tape measure, a place to play on a 6x4 table or 4x4 depending on how many points you have. And go from there. Quick rule about kind of your generic how you start this game. 9 times out of 10, what you're going to do is once you learn the game, you're going to sit down with somebody and you're going to say, all right, how many points are we bringing to this game? And they're going to say, okay, let's play 1,000 points. And then you're going to have to fulfill certain obligations. So many HQ slots, so many troop slots, you know, that you have to make what's called a battle-forged army, which means it's legal to play in a matched point game. Beyond that, there's open play where it's just like bring whatever you want, and then there's narrative play where you're trying to play a story. Other than that, pretty much what you're going to need to play most games is usually the starter kit is a real great place to start with any faction, and as well as once you learn what your troop choices is and your HQ is, get 2 troops choices and an HQ, play at that point level, get used to your guys, and then move on. This is a slow build type of game. Either way, we'll have more coming on how to get started with 40K as far as the factions are concerned in just a little bit, and we'll get going from there. Signing off for today. Y'all have a great day, Jaybirds, and keep it easy.